Hey everyone, it's been requested I do a bit of a walk around on my Jeep, show people everything I've done to it, and so I guess that's what we're going to be doing today. I suppose I should start with the things I've purchased, which would be the bead locks, which are MFC bead locks. It's a functional bead lock. Rocky Road Outfitters rock rails. This is absolutely one of my favorite mods that I've ever done. It's protected my Jeep from quite a bit of damage. And then let's have a look under here. You see I've trimmed my bumper, but I've also got the MFC 3-inch lift. I drove it as a 2-inch lift for a long time. I finally put the Dobson skid on. It's a heavy duty springs in the back. Got a lot of tools back there. Ugly ass exhaust mod until my proper tube bender comes in. It's Harbor Freight bends there. Maybe they don't work so well. Yeah, you see the bumper's been trimmed pretty aggressively so that you can see under there and give me space back there for my tires to come off of rocks and not hit stuff. The bumper's also MFCs. They sent this to me. It was before they had them ready for 2019s. This is the 2014 to 2018 version. A lot of it came unwelded and untrimmed. So you can see, like here on the front, it's typically angled from MFC. I actually I liked it squared off like that, so I left it. I didn't cut my pod lights in, of course. You can see that. I kind of liked them off to the side, so I got to do a little bit of uniqueness with it being the first one to go on a 2019. And so that was kind of fun. I mounted my antenna on here. Just a simple, basic little mount. This, in case it goes back that far, keeps it from impacting the actual Jeep. It usually doesn't, though. Although driving around, it can get, it can get going. I don't actually have these lights hooked up yet, mostly because, well, I'm lazy, you see, and I just haven't bothered. Bar used to be up there, and I moved it. All right, so the roof rack I did. Oh, thing's really just mounted through there. I'm really fond of that thing. I bought these old 50-plus-year-old Wagoneer badges and stuck them on here, made a plaque for them and stuff. Pretty much just mounted it with an old flagpole mount. Keep a high lift, my spare. You can see I had to cut out for the antenna back there in the back. And in the tube I've got a canopy. Get to that on the other side in a minute. My light controls are down here in the little under panel switch, which has got lights for my rock rails. You can see the wire comes out here, goes down, and then it's mounted right here where you see that. It's right underneath that. And those are just like Walmart, $25 a set LEDs. They've run for 2 years. They're bright as hell, waterproof, shockproof. I hadn't had any problems out of them. And you really just can't go any cheaper than that. Yeah, oh, I guess I should have passed by the ladder. All right, so the ladder, let's start up here. So this, of course, attaches directly to my roof rack, but I can redo this design so that it attaches underneath this foot plate instead, or in place of it for someone who wouldn't have that, or something like it. It's just basically it's 3 holes that are offset from each other, and you have to sandwich that plate on there. But it's pretty sturdy. I can shake the whole Jeep with it, even when I was up at like 180, 185. And so essentially, the new design will bypass this section, curl straight over, and go down to its own little plate. And then here, I've got some ideas how I might bypass this, but I've drilled straight through the fender. It's very secure, this section. It's pretty strong. On the Trailhawks, we get these extra thick pieces, and they're actually a lot stiffer than you think. Like I said, I can stand up here and shake the whole Jeep with it. It doesn't flex. I mean, sure, I could trim these off and be a little cleaner. That's pretty close, but it doesn't actually hit. It's fine. So you can see the Harbor Freight bender didn't do the best bends imaginable. So I'm hoping once I get my Model 32 bender from JD Squared in. We have to make those some really, really beautiful bends, nice and neat, real clean. I'll straighten up this plate a little bit. I don't know. I've considered a couple of possibilities for a sandwiching thing over this, but I'm really just not completely happy with that. Bolting straight through the fender is the best way. You can get this plastic piece here from Mopar for about 50 bucks. And so I suppose if someone installed this ladder and never wanted to take it off, you could always just replace this one plastic trim piece, and you'd never be able to see those holes underneath. So that's an option. Let's go around the back. You know, I've done little stuff. I like my stickers. Focus on the Forest is a clean up on the trail thing we do. Colorado native beer. Vault Tech approved. That's my MFC sticker. I really need to get Jesse to send me another one. That thing has seen some weather, man. I survived Camp Crystal Lake. The sticker did not survive. No, that's fine. Anyway, quite a bit of stuff there. Here on this side, you can see I've just kind of U-bolted this tube on here. 2 U-bolts. And inside, see, temp material, there's poles. I've mounted my CB directly to the panel here on the inside. I've never really used that one little pocket there for anything, and so anyway, yeah, it goes under there, kind of hides out, comes back over here, goes out, down, and out to the front. I guess I could say that's a Scorch brand phone mount. It's been pretty good, but after 2 years of trails, it's getting wobbly. Yeah. Always keep a hatchet nearby. I mean, you just literally never know what you're going to use it for, what you might need it for. And as you can see, despite hanging out in my Jeep, it does see some use occasionally. You know, when you gotta make up some firewood, get something out of the way. I don't know. Under here you can see the Dobson's kit on the front. NFC spacers. CVs are looking okay. The air box is kind of hanging out there in the way. I kind of really wish it didn't have that piece there at the bottom. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it yet. But I'm probably going to try and come up with something. In here you can see the pinch weld mod. This whole thing here is the pinch weld. All this, including that little curve there, has to kind of be ground back pretty aggressively to make room to fit freaking monster 265/70/17s. Falcon size of those really just barely fit in there. But I can actually turn the wheels and get up on things now, so I'm pretty sure she's ready to wheel. As you can see, I don't really wash her very often. It might be time. Going up top here, I typically just grab the ladder there and climb the tire. One foot in the wheel spokes there, I guess. Climb up on top of the tires, the second one, and so on. Roof rack's definitely pretty sturdy. It's made of steel. It's got cross beams that are also angle steel. pretty comfortable up here walking around, climbing on it. Right now, the current position I've got my tire, and that won't do it, but it kind of occasionally squeaks against the, there we go, against the PVC. Here we go. This I had to cut out pretty good, give my antenna room. Once I cut a lot of that out, it was fine. Didn't interfere with my XM radio or whatever. It's been a hell of a trip building stuff for it. I like the tire carrier I made too, but I tow my trailer so often that it's hard to keep it on there. This right here is actually one of the first things I ever welded. Made this out of an old gas water heater. It's not perfectly sealed. This is one of the first, focus camera. It's one of the first big welds I did. Going down that seam right there to make the lip. But, I mean, this has been 9 years ago that I made this. And, I mean, scrape it out, I'll cook on it right now. This was the really ugly part of it. Just kind of peeled those back and tack welded them in place. Wasn't pretty welds, but none of the welds have ever broken on it. And it is not young. The idea there is these tubes actually came out of it. They were here in the middle. Went all the way across. So I cut it out, cut it in half, and made the up and down stacks with the idea of, you know, heat flowing. It would draw air in here as heat escaped there. That little dimple kind of lets the wind help it along. And I have to say it works pretty good. Alright guys, well, that's my Jeep. That's what I've done to it. Hope this was entertaining or informative in some way, helpful. It's been a lot of fun building the KL Cherokee Trailhawk. I really didn't imagine it ever being quite like this when I first started out, but it's definitely been a blast, so thanks for watching.